Hey Bus 2, and welcome back to another Sunday School lesson today. I sure have enjoyed getting to do this, but I can't wait until I'm able to teach you in person while we're on the bus, or if you're in junior church with me or in my Sunday School class. But I hope that you'll pay attention today, that you'll learn something. Get out your little papers, write the answers on there. As we go through that, we'll have prizes next week for you, even if you just have the answers down. And if you text us the key words, you'll be entered to win a gift card. And we do have a winner this week, and it was Jasmine Martin. So good job to Jasmine for sending Miss Brianna the keywords. We'll get you your gift card this week. We'll drop it off at your house. But I hope that you'll follow along, like I said, on your paper there as we go throughout our lesson. We started at the beginning of the Bible, and we've been talking about that the last several weeks. And we even talked about Methuselah last week. And if you remember, the thing about him was he was the oldest man that ever lived. We mentioned him last week. And if you're wondering how old, go back and watch the video from last week. And so he had a son named Lamech. Kind of a funny name, Lamech. And his son was a farmer. And so Lamech, he would go throughout his days out in his fields. He would plow his fields and plant little seeds and wait for them to grow. And he enjoyed that. But he also was sad. He was sad as he would go throughout his day because he remembered the story of Adam and Eve. And if you remember the story from a couple weeks ago, he was sad because of the disobedience that Adam and Eve had shown to God. They had disobeyed the one rule that God had given them to not eat of the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil. And he knew that because of that, the ground had been cursed. God had cursed it. And it was harder to grow plants. It was harder to get things to grow. It was easy for weeds to come up and thorns to come up in his field. And there were even dangerous snakes, the Bible tells us, because of the sin. So Lamech was sad because of the sin that was upon the earth. Well, one day, Lamech had a little baby boy, his wife did, and that's the first key word there is baby, so remember that. And so they had a little baby boy, and they tried to decide what to name him, just like any parent would, and they came up with this. Let me read this to you in Genesis chapter 5, verse 29. And he called his name Noah, saying, "This same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil of our hands, because of the ground which the Lord hath cursed." So they decided on the name Noah, and that name means comfort or rest. And God had told Lamech that his son would bring comfort or rest to him. And so Noah, of course, grew up, and he decided one day that he would pray to God. And he told God that he would put his trust in him, that he would take him to heaven one day, and that he would believe in him, and that he would obey him. And that should be our prayer to God too. And if you've ever been saved, if you've trusted Jesus as your Savior, that's you putting your trust in God, just like Noah did. And Noah lived a life that pleased God, and not only God, but it was a comfort to his parents. And young person, you can live a life that is a comfort to your parents. We see a couple things in Noah's life. He lived a holy and a pure life, and that's actually the second key word, pure. So make sure you text us both of those. He lived a holy and a pure life. He was saved, of course. We just talked about that. And he obeyed God no matter what God told him to do. And all of that encouraged and blessed his parents. And it blessed his dad, who was Lamech, and his grandpa, Methuselah. And I'm sure when they got together for family reunions, and they could truly say, "Noah, you have been a comfort to us because of the life that you live." And young person, I hope that we'll, and myself, and that you guys will live a pure and holy life, that you can bring comfort to your parents. You can bring rest to them because you're obedient to them and to God. And you will, if you'll live a life that you're trying to please God, you can bring a comfort and bring rest to your parents as well, just like Noah did. Next week, we're going to talk about the big job that God gave to Noah. And we'll see what that job is. Some of you guys might already know, but it's good for us to be reminded, and we will see that next week. But I hope that you're being good, obeying your parents, and I hope that you have a great week. We're praying that on June 14th, we'll be able to run the buses, to have Sunday school, to have junior church again, and I hope that you'll pray with us, and I hope that you'll come on that first Sunday, and we'll look forward to having you back on the bus. I know all of the bus workers miss you, your Sunday school teachers miss you. We sure do love you, and we hope to see you soon.